Relationship. According to Time magazine, January is the month when divorce lawyers are most in demand.
Match.com has found a whopping 76% of people break up during or after the holiday. So when is the time to hold or time to fold? For more information on this, expert Dr. Gilda joins us live from New York. Gilda, good morning to you. What are the telltale signs that a relationship is kaput? It's done, it's finished.
Well, you know in your heart if the relationship is not going well. However, it's best not to announce we're through, we're done at the very last minute. That's not being fair. So, but inside you, you always know, everybody knows if the relationship is not doing well.
Okay, if we think a relationship may be over, we're not sure, but is there anything we can do to fix what we think are the problems?
Oh, of course. You're talking to a psychotherapist. So, of course, I believe that everything is fixable. And I have helped couples fix their relationships. However, they both have to be willing to work at this. One person alone cannot work at it. And if you're out there and you believe that something is wrong with your relationship and you're quite miserable, the best thing that you can do is go to a therapist on your own if your mate refuses to do that. And many times mates will say, there's nothing wrong with us, we're just tired and the kids are taking up a lot of time, and they just don't want to face what the real problem is. However, if you're hurting, you've got to do the healing.
Okay, I like the concept. It's got to be, you know, a two-way street, but what are the other essential ingredients needed for a healthy match, do you think?
Well, for one thing, you have to be honest. Just as you say on that chart, you have to be honest. You have to have respect. You have to have love, and you have to have an open communication. Now, sometimes people come to my office, and one of them is not terribly honest. One will not talk about the fact that he has been having an affair on the side. And I know that, and his wife knows that, but he's not willing to tell the truth. Don't go to a therapist unless you're really committed to working things out. And as far as trust is concerned, you cannot have any kind of relationship without trust. It's the one major part of a relationship that is required for any kind of longevity. So if you don't have trust, and trust disappears in a second, and it's very hard to get back. If you don't have trust, you ought to reassess what's going on in your relationship.
You're meant to unwind during the holidays, but family get-togethers often bring up certain pressures, whether it be money or career, fertility. It's a landmine. How can you work more effectively as a couple during holiday times?
Well, most importantly, you have to be able to communicate. And people who hold things in and refuse to express their feelings, their emotions, are not doing the relationship any good. As a matter of fact, they're not doing themselves or their mate any good at all. And further, if the children are watching your interaction, you know that those children are going to copy exactly what they have seen in the home. So you have to be very, very careful about what you're doing and how you're doing it. And if you're holding in how you're really feeling, don't bother, because it can't possibly work. And you know, like it's like a warm bottle of champagne. All of a sudden, the cork pops, and you don't understand what led up to the explosion. But the explosion has occurred and has been ongoing before it actually showed itself. So you have to be aware of what's going on inside you.
Yeah, we're kind of out of time, but I'd really like your thoughts on exactly how important relationships are when it comes to living a nice, balanced life.
Well, you know what? Everybody needs a relationship. With your neighbors, with your friends, with whomever. And if you have a shaky kind of relationship that's going on, the slightest thing, like a holiday, is going to cause a major disruption, and that's when it can be a total rupture. So fix what's going on when it's the tiniest little thing that's inside your head and inside your heart.
I'm just mindful that the relationship with the neighbour might have got you into the trouble in the first place. Thank you very much for that. Good to talk to you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thanks,
Okay.
Gilda. Soon for you, we're digging into the morning show vault